Welcome to The Walking Dread. Ready for some seriously addictive horror, the kind that just crawls under your skin?
The nightmares you can't quite shake
Yeah,
up.
exactly. Those terrifying tales that stick with you, and those ancient curses. Oh man, the ones that just send shivers down your spine. You with me.
Absolutely.
We like to keep things spooky here on The Walking Dread, but always fun.
Mm.
Masterful storytelling is key. Keeps those chills coming. If you're loving what you're hearing, don't forget to hit that rate button and follow the show for more. But for now, let's dive right in. Today, we're tackling a story called The Red Reflection. It's a chilling tale of a mother, Maeve, and her daughter, Brianna. Oh, and it delves into some dark territory.
Dark is an understatement, I'd say.
It explores what happens when a mother desperately tries to defy fate and the truly haunting consequences that ripple out from her choices.
You can expect prophecy, monstrous transformations, and a mother's love. But not in the way you might expect.
It's definitely a twisted take on love.
It really makes you think about how even the purest intentions can lead to outcomes that are anything but good. It's that good kind of horror that makes you think.
Okay, so let's get into the thick of it, shall we? We start with Brianna, a child born under a blood moon.
Right off the bat, that sets a pretty ominous scene, don't you think?
It's not just spooky imagery, though. Brianna comes into the world with this chilling premonition. She sees her own monstrous death, and even more disturbing, the death of her mother, Maeve.
So right away you have this clash. On one side you have ancient folklore, these whispers of fate and omens, and then you have a mother's love, that natural instinct to protect her child. It's primal.
It's a classic horror setup right there, isn't it?
Maeve, at first you can understand her. She brushes it off.
Totally. A new mom, looking at her baby, the last thing on her mind is some ancient curse.
It's easy to dismiss it all as just superstition, old wives' tales.
But that's where it takes a really dark turn. Brianna grows, and these premonitions, they aren't just fleeting nightmares or a kid's overactive imagination.
It's like they solidify.
Exactly. They become specific, detailed predictions. The story talks about these chilling whispers of fire, floods. Brianna even sees visions of Maeve's death. And it's described as being delivered with this eerie, almost ancient maturity, way too serious for a child.
It forces Maeve, and honestly, it forces you as the listener, to confront this possibility that these old tales, these superstitions, might hold some terrifying truth.
Right. It's this creeping realization that her daughter is linked to something ancient, powerful, and totally out of her control. It's nightmare fuel.
So Maeve reacts in a way that any mother would, I think. A mix of terror, but also this fierce protective love.
Makes sense.
She starts barricading their home, stockpiling supplies. It's a very human response to danger, trying to create this little bubble of safety.
But then you see Brianna, and that's what really gets to me. While Maeve's scrambling, desperately trying to hold on to some control, Brianna seems to have this, well, almost an acceptance of her fate. Like she knows there's no escaping it. It's heartbreaking.
Absolutely, and it highlights this theme, this idea that sometimes fate, when it's laid out so clearly, can't be outrun. You see it so often in these tragic stories. Brianna's resignation probably only amplifies Maeve's fear.
Makes you think about how helpless you'd feel in that situation. Like, what can you possibly do?
Now the story builds to this pivotal moment. Brianna says, "The flames, Mama. They come for me tonight."
Chilling. It's not some vague warning anymore. It's specific. It's tied to a deadline. And this is what pushes Maeve over the edge. She makes this, this desperate, irreversible choice.
And this is where you see how love, even a mother's love, when it gets mixed up with fear and desperation, can lead to some pretty horrific actions. Think about it. Instead of running, she makes this calculated but ultimately misguided decision, the lengths a mother will go to. Makes you wonder, what would you do?
So picture this. The first sparks of fire start licking at their house, right? And instead of an escape route, Maeve drags Brianna down into the root cellar, into the darkness.
Can you imagine the fear?
And her words, "My love will protect you." Oh man, it's just devastating because you know as the listener that it's a lie.
It's a mother trying to shield her child, even if it means facing something unimaginable herself.
The story doesn't hold back either. You hear Maeve's screams, these monstrous sounds from the cellar. It's meant to stick with you.
Then silence.
And when Brianna finally comes out, she's physically unharmed, but you can just imagine the trauma. And then the full horror unfolds. The house is gone, just ashes. But it's the sky. The sky is what's truly messed up.
Not smoke.
No, it's this deep crimson, like the whole sky is bleeding. And you realize it's not from fire, it's Maeve. Somehow she's become this monstrous presence, trapped and leading into the heavens.
Talk about a disturbing image, right? It's not just a disaster, it's a supernatural consequence. You can practically see Maggie's horrifying fate.
And for Brianna, there's no going back, no safe haven. She's left to wander, to try and put distance between herself and this new reality. Alone.
And this is where Brianna inherits her terrible gift, as the story calls it. The prophecies don't stop.
They just change targets.
Right. They shift to other people. And it creates this tragic paradox.
How so?
Well, she can see these disasters coming and maybe even prevent them. But she herself is forever marked by the disaster that destroyed her family. Like, saving someone else might mean condemning someone else. The weight of that, it's heady stuff.
And it doesn't end there. This haunting visual starts plaguing Brianna.
During the day, the sun might offer some comfort. But any reflection, forget it.
A mirror, a calm river, anything that reflects, it doesn't show Brianna. It shows this monstrous, twisted version of her mother. And the story really emphasizes this despairing love in those monstrous eyes. Imagine seeing that everywhere you look.
It's a constant reminder of what her mother became, of the sacrifice she made.
And so Brianna develops this aversion to reflective surfaces.
Makes sense, right?
It's not just about the grotesque image. It's about constantly being reminded of her mother's love and its horrible, unintended consequences.
Each reflection is like a window into that monstrous transformation.
The villagers. Oh, man, they don't make it any easier for Brianna. They see her as this enigma.
An oracle, a savior, a witch's spawn. You know, trying to label something they don't understand.
And in a way, each label holds a bit of truth. I mean, she does predict events. She does save lives with her warnings.
But that connection to the blood moon, to the tragedy, it breeds fear, suspicion. People are scared of what they don't understand.
Now here's the real twist. Maeve's defiance, her attempt to protect Brianna, it didn't stop fate. It just twisted it.
It made her into the monster.
Her sacrifice didn't banish the omen, it bound it to her.
It's a classic case of unintended consequences, and a pretty horrific one at that.
It makes you wonder, are some destinies just not meant to be messed with? Maybe all you can do is change the shape of the horror.
Maeve's love was powerful, no doubt. But it couldn't override fate. It just made things worse.
Yeah.
Much worse.
And Brianna's life, well, it becomes decades of wandering, this deep, never-ending sorrow. Even the sun, something that's usually a source of warmth, becomes a tormentor.
The light casts this blood-red hue on everything. That monstrous reflection always there. Imagine not even being able to enjoy sunlight.
It's a constant reminder. That curse is woven into the fabric of her world. And in her later years, you know, she's still under that crimson light, Brianna starts whispering these desperate pleas to the wind. But it's not about changing the past. It's about something else.
It's about understanding.
Yeah. Like she wants her mother, whatever she is now, to see the true cost of her sacrifice, the damage it caused. It's heartbreaking.
It shows how deep the pain runs. Brianna doesn't blame her mother's love, but she grieves the outcome. It's this longing for understanding, even if it's impossible.
And the ending, it's so tragic. Brianna becomes her mother's ghost, in a way, her prisoner.
Forever tied to that reflection, a reminder that some consequences, once set in motion, can never be undone.
It leaves you with this chilling thought. Brianna isn't just someone who sees disasters. She is a disaster, a living testament to how even the purest intentions, like a mother's love, can be twisted into something terrifying.
And it hammers home this idea that some destinies, you just can't escape them, no matter how hard you try.
That's the real horror, isn't it? That lingering feeling of helplessness.
So listeners, what do you think? Was Maeve's sacrifice truly selfless? Or was it maybe driven by a need to control the uncontrollable?
It's a chilling thought to end on, but one worth pondering.
And if you enjoyed this descent into the darkness, don't forget to rate and follow The Walking Dread.
We'll be back soon with more spooky tales and chilling reflections. Until then, sleep tight and keep those lights on.
Or maybe, just maybe, leave them off and see what lurks in the shadows.